All right, in this video, we're going to continue from where we stopped from the last module. So I've actually done the back and forth that we have been doing since, and I've fixed most, or would I say, 95% of the thing we need for this app. Is basically what we have been going through since we actually asked the AI to list what we have done and what we have not done, and we'll go ahead to tell it to continue or make a list or to do um make a to-do of what we are supposed to do next and stuff like that. That's basically what the iterations we have been going through over and over again. So I had to go off screen and continue because showing cursor writing code and following same cycle doesn't make any sense and it doesn't add any new value. And in case I'm talking and speaking in a kind of funky way, that's because of I'm wearing a dental tool. It's called the Adam's clamps. So it's basically a dental tool in case I sound funky compared to the last videos I have done. So that's by the way. So in this module, we are trying to actually add new value to what we already we want to actually add new value that we have not done before, which is actually creating an app icon for our application. At the moment, our application doesn't have an app icon at the moment, so we are going to create one for it. It's still using the default Android icon. Let me go to Android Studio Script real quick and see whether we can actually start up this application in a virtual way, right? So that we can actually check out the app icon it has at the moment. So I'm going to go to running device and I'm going to go to device manager and I'm going to go add new device. I'll hit on create virtual device and I'll give it time and see what it brings me up to. So it's going to give me this pop-up window and we're not choosing a small phone, so we're basically going to choose a big phone, if possible a tablet for some reason. So I'm going to just choose the Pixel 9 Pro XL and I'll hit on next and it will actually load the system and Google Play blah blah blah. So Google Play Intel this. We're going to choose the default stuff. So this is the default dimension of the Pixel 9 Pro extra large. So we're going to just hit on finish. We don't need to complicate things for ourselves. And let's just cross our mind and hope that this virtual device actually works, right? And unlike last time we tested it, it didn't work. I'm doing this thing to avoid going back to my phone and showing off just the icon. So it's weird. So regardless, if it works, we'll go with it. If it doesn't work, we'll go ahead and create to create the app icon. But just bear in mind that our app doesn't have an icon. It just has the Android logo with a green Android logo. That's the default logo you get when you create a new um application with Android Studios over here. So our Pixel 9 Pro is ready, and if you can see, it's showing up here, right? List of device, you will see that it's showing up here. My device is not plugged in, so give me a minute to plug in my device so that my device will be showing here too. So my device will be, so my device will be soon showing up when I plug it in. So I'll plug it in real quick. Yeah, as you can hear it changed. I can see it's showing the Xiaomi over here. My device is plugged in, but if you're going to use the virtual device for now, I'm going to hit the Pixel 9 Pro XL and I'm going to hit the play icon. As you can see, it's booting up, it's starting up over here. And the device is supposed to show up over here, right? And as you can see, it's packing the app for us over here. Exactly how it does when we use our physical device. And let's just cross our mind and believe it works. As you can see, the build is complete and it's waiting for device to come online over here. So everything is actually in a very arranged order in Android Studio. That's why I said in the beginning, if you want to make your workflow 60 something percent, I also 60% or 60x easier, just use Android Studio. You can actually do without it, but if you want 60x workflow, you want your work to be like faster, just use Android Studio and save yourself the stress. So that's how it is. So let's give it some time to actually boot and see what it comes up with, right? So let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. So I'm going to search for the cursor marker so it will be easy to mark stuff. Yeah, cursor highlighter. It will be easy for me to mark stuff, right? All right, welcome back. As you can see, the app is actually booted in the, I don't know, in the virtual device we have here. The last version of Android Studio that I have had difficulty booting the app. You guys experienced it with me in a couple of modules in the past. So we couldn't actually boot the virtual device, but after updating into the latest version, and we can actually do that stuff. So this is a virtual Android I think Android 16 or something. I don't know what Pixel 9 Pro is actually running on, but this is basically a Pixel 9 Pro, a virtual one. It's not a physical one somewhere, it's just virtual one, right? Just running on a PC hardware. So as you can see the UI of our app, if I try to minimize this app, let me try to minimize it. I don't know where, yeah, it's working. Let me try to minimize this app real quick. So if I hit the background. Wait, yeah. So we are now at the background of the app, of the device. Sorry, not the app. So if you look at this place, it is the last application that was opened in this device. This update came with Android 15 upwards. So I suggest this is Android 15, Android 16. I don't really know, but basically this is how our app looks like. If you check where this place my cursor is hovering, the app over there, you can see just a default Android logo with a green background or something. That's how it's actually looks like, right? So I don't really want to log in my account in this phone because it's actually really risky to log in sorry your account in a virtual device like this. But basically, you understand how this shit works, right? So you can use the virtual device on Android Studios, but you must have like not like serious compute. You must have a lot of RAM and stuff like that. Just have a PC that is capable of doing this shit. Look, I'm running on 24 gigs of RAM and in an NVIDIA GPU. Not actually powerful, just the P600 called the P600. But it can be used for gaming and stuff, but you can use for Android Studio with 24 gigs of RAM and 4 GB of VRAM, 4 gigs of VRAM. So it's more than enough for Android Studio, but it can be used for critical stuff, if you understand what I'm saying. So this the logo of our app. This is weird. So our aim now is to change this logo to something. We don't have anyone in mind. So we'll walk through the stuff together. You go with me. You stay with me and see how I generate the logo and actually size the logo, because generating the logo is one thing, then putting it in the appropriate size is another thing, right? So we have to put it in the appropriate size as it will be acceptable to, I don't know, would I say Android Studios, or yeah, Android Studios to actually accept the resolution or and the formats we are going to use for the app. So basically, I'm going to switch this machine off because it's taking a lot of RAM on my device, and we are going to go straight on making the logo for this application we have been working on. So I'm going to hit this red button over here real quick, as you can see. So it's shut down. So I'm going to click here to close this panel down. I'm going to minimize real quick, and I'm going to go to cursor because we have been working on cursor. So the first thing I have to do over here is that I have to basically ask cursor. That is the basic thing I have to do. I have to remind you that we don't have any logo for this our application, and how are we gonna generate the logo and actually put it on Android Studio and stuff like that. So that's the first thing you have to do, to just basically ask Kuso the way forward based on the logo. So I'll be like our our app is yet to have a logo. How do we generate? Let me remove this shit real quick and implement one. Implement one. So we are going to use either through Kusa or through Android Studio to actually implement the logo we're looking for. But let's see the response, or let's see the response Kusa will give us by asking this question. So I'm going to hit the enter key and give it some time to come up with a response, right? So we have to implement this real quick. Have to let's see what it's going to give us, right? So all these things you are seeing here, all of them are actually implemented, but Kuso forgot to check it out, like exit, like he has done some of our implementation. All of them here has been implemented, and if you go back, you can see the one he actually xed out. So at some point he forgot to update the steps.md, right? So doing your own, try to ensure that it actually X out. You can actually pump it to always X out the ones that are done. But in my case, I had to leave it that way. It's not actually important to me, because but for you to keep track of what is done and what is not done, just X out stuff. AI is actually getting more smarter than before, because the time I started vibe coding, like I said before in the previous module, I was using like Sonnet 3.5 from Anthropic, and in as much as it was the frontier model for coding, then people were like it was smart. But the truth of the whole matter is that he had a really big problem when it comes to coding. There was a lot of bottleneck, and there was a lot of hallucination, and there was a lot of debugging. So the mediocre or the worse the model, the more debugging you have to do, which is weird, right? So now we are up to GPT 5.2, which is as you can see extra high, and soon we'll have the coded version. And before you know it, we will migrate to 5.3, or maybe another cloud will come out or something like that. But what I'm basically saying is only going to get better than this. This is the worst it can be. It cannot be worse than this. So meaning that the more we have more capable frontier model, the more our workload will um actually reduce, whether I like it or not. So that's how it will be. It will be, yeah, there will be time it will come. You have to just do few prompting to actually get a working app. That's what I hope though. But I still believe no matter how good the model is, you have to do the work of actually directing it, because it's like a human being. A human being cannot read your mind. No matter how intelligent that person is, you have to tell the person everything the person has to do. Human beings are even more smarter than models. So even in the human level, you actually need to tell the person a lot of things, a lot of steps, and even documents in order to achieve a particular stuff exactly the way you want it. So if human being is I won't say the base human being, like the PhD level human being is smarter than AI large language models. You have to actually do the same for large language models in order to get um same result or even better from these models. So we are going to give it time to actually complete and tell us what is going on. And when it is done, when we are when we have completed with implementing the icon, is called launcher or something like that, IC launcher, because I've actually coded a lot of Android apps in the past before. So when we're done implementing this whole shit, we're going to go to the device, my physical device, to actually test this application to make sure that shit is working, shit is on track. So that's how it is. So let's give it some time to come to a conclusion and tell us the next thing to do. It's actually checking out all our files for this project, and actually checking out the next thing we're going to do, where we are going to put the files and all those requirements we need to actually make this a working app, and to actually implement the icon. So I don't actually have an icon in mind, but due to this is an expense app or something like that, they're basically going to use money as the icon, right? We're basically going to maybe use Nano Banana to generate something. Let's just see what it has, man. So it seems like it's actually making. Let's see what it does, man. I was expecting it to tell me um right, the image, like how to actually generate the image and place it myself using Android Studio. But to my own surprise, it's actually writing one of the files, of, let's say, editing one of the files. Because why I'm trying to pinpoint this is that when I was coding vibe coding back then, I was using Sonnet, like I actually mentioned always, right? And this Sonnet that I use, that's exactly how I did it. I had to ask Sonnet, okay, how will I put this shit, and it will tell me how to generate the image of those stuff and put it myself. In fact, when we are testing the app, I'm going to show you one of the apps I did with Sonnet, and I had to generate the whole image and you know fix it myself and even resize it and all that stuff. So I'm going to show you that process. But for now, let's give special time to actually come up. Let's just give it time to do its thing, and we'll let us see on our end what is actually implemented, right? That is exactly how it's going to be. That is exactly how it's going to be. So let's give it time to actually finish. So this virtual device over here, I guess it's still on. We can actually switch it off here. So I'm not going to switch it off yet, right? We're going to use it to check the icon and be like, yeah, it's working. Before we actually go to the phone and actually test the app, because I won't like to test it on a virtual device. I don't know where this virtual device is connected to. I don't know how it takes data. So I might be actually risking my um information basically profiling myself for, I don't know, let's say wrongdoers to actually use my information to do as they like. So to avoid that with high difficulty, will I say high to low difficulty, let's just not try to log in your details inside this place. So it's basically how your phone looks like, just a virtual machine, right? So let's go back to Kusa and see what's going on. So if it's actually the generating launcher for us, it actually make our work easier, right? Because I know that launchers actually has images that you it's actually input or maybe move images someplace. Yeah, some folders you actually put images, right? Some of them are in XML, like it's right, and some of them are in PNG, right? Some of them are in PNG, and it seems like you're going to need that image when uploading to Google Play. I don't think so, man. It has been a long time when I used Sonnet. I don't know how it worked then. So all the apps have been making after that since Sonnet was just like updating the app, because the first time I started vibe coding was when Cloud Sonnet was there, so Sonnet 3.5 to be specific, and all the apps I started vibe coding with Connect Sonnet, I'm still working on them. Like I update them like people normally update normal apps. So I'm not like started from scratch to make an app using a GBT or something like that. It has always been more like update, right? So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I've been making many apps, bro. If you come to if you come to my recent, you can see other apps over here apart from this one. So there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. So it's trying to pack the app for us, trying to pack it, and after it's done packing it, we'll see the response from Kuso, and we'll go back to Android Studio and actually run it using our virtual machine and see that if anything changed. What I'm suspecting is that it's trying to use our logo. When you open the app, that's X logo you actually see, because that's what it said. It's going to use it as a splash screen, right? What it means by a splash screen is that when we opened our app in this Android, you could see the first screen that showed up that says expense, right? That's a splash screen, the first screen that you actually see. Before it uses this stuff, right? So we are going to wait for it to actually finish to see whether we need to do something on our own end, or it actually did the whole job for us, and that would be actually nice because I mean, the stress is too much going to find images and resize them to 512 by 512. I think it's 512 by 512. After I resize them to 512 by 512, you have to place them, and you have to do some kind of everything was actually manual then. Manual based on that you're going to be moving files physically, but you can AI was actually helping though, but it wasn't like fully AI vibe coding type shit. It was like 50% you doing the work and 50% AI vibe coding type shit. The debugging was at all-time high then. So I believe things have changed since then, right? So let's see and give it time and see what's happening. As you can see, it's assembling this is the debug version of the app. By the way, what you have been doing since is the debug version of the app, right? If we try to um create the sorry production um when I say production state of the app, we are going to be using different flags. We won't be using these flags. For example, if I come to Android Studio real quick, and if I come to this side, and if I come to run, um okay, sorry, build, not run. So this is the place where you generate signed APK. This generates signed APK bundle. If I want to upload for Play Store, this is the place I click to generate the signed APK. They're going to give you a file named a.aab. It's not .apk, .aab. When you upload it to Play Store, the Play Store require a file that is .aab, right? Not .apk. Not .apk. So they are the one that's going to kind of pack it on their own end to make the APK file, right? But if I choose this option, I'm basically making if a not more a debug APK, but a production level APK, but the one I want to manually install my Android phone and test it myself, not the one I want to upload to Play Store or something like that. But this one is basically for Play Store. This one I say signed AP app bundle. It must be signed app bundle or APK. But this one is let's leave this stuff for now and go back to Kusa and see what's going on. So it's still packing our app. It's still packing our app. Let's click it and see the details over here. So it was successful. Okay, yeah. I think we're not done. This is basically the old one, I guess. Let me see. It's not done. It's still here. It's still here. We'll see when it is done. So I'm going to fast forward this the virtuals of this video to when it is done, and we'll continue from there. We can't actually be still and be waiting for it to kind of finish. That's weird. So I'm going to fast forward to when it is done. All right, after some time, like it wasted, it built successfully. As you can see, the first one was failed. I should be around here if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the first build was failed, and it had to iterate a file over here. Let me move this thing right here. Iterate this file, basically adding this stuff to the welcome screen, and the build finally worked. So let's go through what it says here. It says how to generate plus implement a logo, what we did, and what you can do next. Implemented in the app, ready now. Replace the default Android launcher icon with a branded X adaptive icon. I just hope it doesn't look like X, because we can't be competing with the X platform. So let's just hope it doesn't look like X. So this is what it did. Now black, yellow X, for Android 13 plus themed icon, whatever. I don't want to read all this shit out. It says build verified, right? How to generate a better and custom one recommended workflow. Obviously, we have to generate one because if you're uploading on Google Play, there's where they will ask you to upload the icon of your app. I'm not going to use the one that is inside the app to uploading or Play Store. Because remember, like I said, when uploading to Play Store, they will ask for does AAB app or does ABB. AAB, it's like it's ABB, it's either AAB or ABB. I don't actually remember the particular format. I'm basically going to keep this shit up, and I'll be like design output export 1024 by 1024 transparent background for the logo mark. Transparent background for the logo mark. Android Studio Neo image assets, launcher icon, adaptive and legacy. Foreground, your PNG, background, solid color, black or yellow. Also enable themed icon and supply a Monochrome version. I'll be like, if you explain this thing in details, I don't know what it's saying. I'll be like, explain this so that I can completely understand what you meant. So we're basically going to use nano banana because I mean, why not, right? Why not? We also need something simple. We don't need something that will look messed up. No complications. So instead our app already have a logo X, we put in the launcher plus slash welcome, which is not actually the icon, it's just a splash screen. When you say generate a better custom one, I mean design your own brand mark, maybe a nicer X or a wallet plus X, and then replace the placeholder logo. Two different logo places in Android. Sorry, I'm tripping. Launcher icon, the icon you see on the home screen / app drawer, which is obvious. This is exactly what you're looking for. In-app logo, what you should show inside screen, splash screen, welcome, about, right? They can be the same mark, but Android treats them differently, which is weird. Why I mentioned 1024 by 1024, Android Studio icon generator works best if you give it high res image of your logo mark. So this resolution is your master size, big enough to scale down clean. Transparent background means only your logo mark is visible. Android Studio will put it on whatever background you choose. That's weird. So I have to make a background differently and a logo different. That's what I'm understanding here. So X, foreground PNG, your X, this one should be transparent. Background should be a solid black or yellow. I understand now what adaptive icon means, why it matters. On one Android, the launcher icon is made of layer. So this is long story. Let's go to Yellow Banana and all right. Let me ask you to give me the prompt since I'm too lazy to just do it. All right, give me prompts to generate my app logo from AI. From AI. Using AI. Let me also using AI. All right. Let's also use the wallet. Maybe wallet and X. Maybe wallets and X. But I don't want it to look like the X like in social media. That would be weird. And that would be actually controversial. You don't want to enter in that kind of deep shit. Anyway, anything you can do to avoid stuff like that or controversies like that in the future, just do it, man. Shit is messed up. All right, right. Since I'm a very lazy guy and I don't have time to read all this because why would I have time to read this shit? I'm just going to copy this thing real quick and go to a particular website. I'm going to use Ele Marina for a reason because it doesn't give me the weird logo, AI logo that Gemini actually gives, and it will keep the workload to the barest minimum, which is what we are looking for. So I allow it. Okay, we have direct chats, and I'll activate image so that it will give me all the image model it has. It's basically a Nano Banana Pro, which according to them is 2K. I don't know what it means. They said it's 2K, but I know it's not 2K. Generating in 2K. So I'm basically going to paste my prompt here and I'll hit on enter and see what it comes out for us, man. Ah, this particular Gemini on LM doesn't come out with logos, so it's actually kind of better because if I generate one on Gemini app or maybe AI Studio, I have to go and still edit it, which I'm trying to avoid by all means possible, man. Any extra work is a problem, at least to me. It should be done around 45 or something, 45 seconds. It's a guess though. Well, it failed us. Let's try another image. Let's try another one. I think we'll have to try is Quen. I don't want to use another banana for this stuff because of the editing issue. So let's go to Quen and try to generate an image, right? Okay, I think we are gonna stop here, man. Right? We have one. But now something right. Right. I like this shape. I like this shape. I'm going to download it. Well, I'm still going to use Quen and see what it's up to. And I'll just do the image generation because why not? It's already one by one, which will make our life easier. And I'll just hit on enter. I also had that ChatGPT do transparent background. So maybe let's go to ChatGPT and we'll just compare the three images and just go with the one that is sharp, right? Because we actually need to two different images. The X wallet app and the background. Background should be different from the icon. The icon should be sitting on a canvas that is transparent. Whoa, great job, man. It's simple. It's simple. Kind of like both of them. I don't know, man. Let's see the last one. Mm, let's try ChatGPT first, and then we will decide the one to pick. Maybe kind of waste time when making its images. I don't know why. It's not easy. It doesn't like make it as quickly as other ones. It kind of takes time. That's why they gave the option you can just keep making images while other ones keep processing. And just basically let's wait for it a little bit and kind of like this stuff. It's straight to the point and the colors are popping. This one is also good. Straight out black. Okay. All right. I think I've downloaded this one. If I'm not, yeah. All right. I've downloaded this shit. I've downloaded it. Let me go to print and download print shit real quick. And I have to download. I don't know how long it takes, man. Let's go to ChatGPT. This is top type shit. Like this shit is it's already in transparent shit, man. It's a transparent image already. Like I don't need to go and find a transparent stuff. See, you see the problem. You see why I like ChatGPT, man. You see why I like OpenAI. Like the understanding is so high, man. Like let me just download this shit real quick. I'm going to use this stuff basically because of it's already transparent. There's no need of me trying to trying so hard. Sorry. I'll have to go to I have to go to my download folder. So this is the sheet we have. The preview is over here. I'm basically going to upload all these three of them to Kuso. Right, we're going to hit download. I mean, like these are three images. Only one of them is 3D transparent. I don't care whether that stuff is wrong. The spelling is wrong. Right. All of them are dope, though. I won't lie. Straight to point. No fluff. No fluff whatsoever. Alright. I like a team. The main team color black and yellow. So let's see the outputs Kuso will give us. Right. Let's see the outputs Kuso will give us. All of them are cool though. I won't lie. Cancel this one real quick. This is actually the best design so far. Then we have ChatGPT. That actually makes things more easy. Right. As you can see, it's very transparent. It's just transparent. I'm going to cancel it. to save some of my RAM. So let's give it time to give us an output and see the next move we'll have to make on our own end. Right? Obviously that's what he's telling us. We don't need an email with a black background. While they actually suggested in the prompt I should do a black background. Maybe yeah, I'm going to remove one of those background of those, I don't know, those like the Gemini one. Gemini is dope. Right. So all right. We're going to use 10 by 1024. We're not going to use 512 like I used in my last application, which is of unfortunate to say the least. It didn't come out bad though, but we're gonna pick this one, man. So it says the easiest workflow coding. Pick the best logo for the app. Sorry, it says here the easiest workflow no coding. Pick the best logo for app icon. Pick the one with big simple shape, minimalistic tiny details, strong contrast, and details like the thin outline often look bad once the icon is tiny. Make a proper foreground PNG transparent. If the one you want isn't transparent, use any of these. Remove. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's suggesting I should remove this. Yeah, let's just go make a monochrome version for Android. Create a second PNG that is solid black. Uh, only no yellow slash divergent, transparent. All right, I'm going to go online and use remove PNG and remove one of those one way. Maybe the one we created with Gemini. This one over here. Remove background from image, and I'm going to open change image. Hmm, size. Um, dimension. Dimension. Okay, right. Dimension. I guess to 1024. Yeah, the size image 1024. I was going to use remove really that background. The good thing about using a file system is that I'm not going to break your screen at some points because the last PC I used, I nearly broke the screen because of hanging. It was actually out of hand and it's weird. A slow PC is the last thing you want to use. I'm telling you the truth. Don't want to use a slow PC by any means. Let me use this one. Cool, cool, cool. Just straight the points, no fluff, man. Why are they giving me 500 by 5? I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing this shit. I'm going to go for another one. In fact, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go for Google We're going to search with Google. To hell with remove PNG. I don't give a fuck about them. Let me go with this one. Alright. I'm going to his upload. I just wish these guys don't do same thing. These guys tell me to pay for me to download that stuff. That's shit. Let's see what it does. Okay, I have output. Let's see whether we can download in higher resolution. I don't know, man. This one didn't even tell me what I actually downloaded. Regardless, we're going to resize this. But before that, we have to go to something like we have to go to Wine again, and we have to make a 120 by 120 black backdrop. Nice. We have to make a 120 by 120 black backdrop. Sorry, my microphone fell down, so it's weird. So I'll be like I'll first choose create image generation. I'll leave it at yeah 1:1. Create a black background. Yeah, background. It should be done when we are through. So we'll go to this precise image. We'll have to upload that image. The one we resized from the one we removed the background. We hit open. Obviously, we're going to leave it here. I'll download the resized image. Remove this shit here. Doesn't look sharp to me. Let me check something. Something is off. Open this shit for me. So here's the original one, right? Well, that one I just saw was messed up. The I don't know why it's caused by the resizer or something like that. Oh, my screen is making it too big. It's weird. Regardless, let's go back to Quinn and see what that is done with this thing is messed up now. Let me just go and download a black background. 1064 by 10. Cool. It's a simple form. I don't know why Quinn is really heavy. This is only what I'm looking for. Like, I don't even need to resize it. This one is 1024 by 1024. Something is off. So one thing with color is that if you download colored something and kind of resize that color, maybe like to 1024 and stuff like that. Right? Don't send me notification, please. I'm tired of your scam. It's not going to reduce in quality because by default, it's a backdrop. It wasn't meant to reduce in quality or whatever. I'm going to download any random one and go and resize it myself because I don't know what these guys are doing, honestly. See what I'm saying, right? See what I'm saying. If they told me they want to send me notification, I already know it's a scam. It's already a scam. I already know. So I never allowed that shit. Not allow shit to send you notification. Sketchy websites to send you notification when you are doing stuffs. Block this shit. Can you imagine? It's not even giving me the black I'm looking for. It's just playing with me over here. What he wants for me to activate my notification so that they can actually send me, I don't know, a script that will wipe my data off my system. That's unfortunate. Please let's go to another one. We don't need shit like this. This is not actually black, man. This is messed up. This is not black. Now this is going out of hand, bro. Is black colors actually that hard to get? This is white. I'm not looking for black color. It shouldn't be hard, man. Can you imagine? These guys are making up my problem. Like, what is all this, man? Let me go to ChatGPT. This is messed up. No, I'll start a new chat. There's a reason for that. I might ask it to make me a black color. It will make the black color of that same image, which I don't want. So I'll be like, make me 1024 by 1024 black. Everywhere must be black. Everywhere must be black. Every 10 must must be tinted black. Black. More like a black backdrop or a complete black background. No images, please. No images. Just black color. Just complete black canvas. All right, let's hope that ChatGPT will actually have sense and do stuff for us. Like give us just black. Just give me black, man. I'm not asking for much. I need black. I've actually gotten let's go back to what we are doing based on resizing this image. Maybe we'll try a new resizer because this one is messed up. I don't know why it's getting the quality of my image. Wait, let's try it again. See how distorted this shit is. It's quite not serious. Can you imagine? I believe that this website is still owned by those guys that did I love PDF. So let me just believe we should be good or something. Right. Very simple. This one is not listed. I don't know what those guys did to my image and make it a joke. So I'll just go to ChatGPT and see what it has done. So you see, simple prompt coherence. Like, just give me a black backdrop, man. I don't know why it's hard for other AIs to comprehend simple shit because that's weird, right? I'm not sure whether this thing is 1024 by 1024. So we're going to actually reduce it ourselves. So I'm going to go back to Chrome and I'm going to go back to uh reduce image size, select image size. I'm going to go back and pick that black. It's big, man. And I have to resize. I have to download the resized one. Like it should be that easy. It shouldn't be like a big problem to us. So we have the 1024 by 1024. So I have to go back to Kusa and not the next thing to do on our own end, right? So it says here generate Android launcher icon in another Android studio, right click app, whatever, new image assets. So we should it says right click this and go to this folder or directly. Image asset, new image asset, type launcher icon, adaptive and legacy. Foreground, your transparent wallet plus XPNG. Okay, the transparent from background, choose a color, black or yellow, themed icon, a monochrome PNG. I don't know how many are we actually upload. What does it mean by monochrome PMs? Let me just ask it for minutes. Because we already have a transparent background now. We have the not only the transparent background, our own logo. Our backdrop, yeah. Our backdrop that is completely black that we are going to use. So um all right. How do I get the monochrome, man? How do I get the monochrome? Whatever, man. Just I don't care about the spelling. Just tell me, man. All right, so we're going to follow this instruction, which is unfortunate. Oh, I don't like one of my files being open in case I mistakenly edit it, which is weird. I don't want that because your mouse can actually um go the wrong direction and you click the wrong stuff and you have crashes. So let me just put it as steps.md and I'll copy this shit. I don't know why it's not opening for some unfortunate reason, which I don't give a fuck about. So I'm just going to paste it over here to open it. It's a ready-made tab. Photo P. I don't want to go through all this sign up shit, honestly. I hope there's no sign up. I don't want to do sign up. Yeah, there's no sign up. Cool. I have to go back to Kusa and see what's going on. Open your logo PNG, ideally the one that's already transparent. Okay. A lot of stuff is running on my PC now, so uh bear with me. Yeah, if only that's transparent. We'll go to Kusa and see what it's telling us. I don't like the fact that a lot of things is running and things are slow. It says here click Control plus. It says it says Control plus click layer thumbnail. This selects the visible slash logo pixel. The layer panel, click your logo layer. Imagine running ads and you're still doing something. This is messed up. I don't really care about this Android 13 function, honestly. It says Control plus click the layer thumbnail. This selects the visible slash logo pixel. Can you just go ahead and tell me how to do this shit, man? I don't know all these guys. It's trying to insinuate here. Well, it's wasting my time. I hate my time being wasted. Layer, new layer, create an empty layer. Wow. Hmm. All right. Basically creating an empty layer. That's weird. Let's go back. Set your foreground to color. Set your foreground color to black. Then edit. Feel. Bro, just talk like a human being, man. What the fuck is this? Eh? Set your foreground colors to black. Then edit. Fill to fill the selection. So my foreground colors are black. This is getting more weird, man. You know what? I'm going to use um I'm going to use an AI model to just get this shit done. Since I'm impatient, I'm just going to just do this shit. Um so basically I'm going to use this agent to actually do this stuff. I'm going to hit photo P over here. I hit on start using photo P, right? I've uploaded my shit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the assistant button. I'm going to allow this assistant to complete this shit for me because I'm not ready to go through this stuff. Um, um, complete this for me. The page is already open. I don't know why a lot of this AI is retarded. Eh? I'll execute the task. I'm definitely too lazy to do this shit. I don't want to do it myself. Trying to figure out this stuff one after the other. I don't want to do this shit. Well, if if it doesn't work, man, I'm going to actually leave it and continue without that monochrome. I don't give a shit about an Android 13 users, man. Like, I want my apps to just have an icon. Whether they change their Android theme for it to match the app, I don't care, right? So, lucky for us, it's actually controlling my browser. I really it says it couldn't control my browser or something. I'll just leave the shit, honestly. So let's give it a minute and see if it works. If it doesn't work, we'll move on without it. We can't continue like this. This is how not actually important the real sense. It's just based on Android 13, if I'm not mistaken. And we're targeting the whole of Android users, not just Android 13. So we just want our app out there, not some kind of gimmicky settings that Android 13 users need to obtain or need to enjoy. So just bear that in mind, though. Bear it in mind. So to be honest with you, I don't actually understand what comment is doing, but we're gonna give it a chance, right? If it doesn't work, we'll continue with our process. This is the first time me seeing this though. It's not actually important, just for Android 13 settings. So Android 13 plus, it's just a settings where if the user changes their theme, the app will kind of adhere and change change the theme with them. For example, they change their theme to a specific color, the app will be like change it with them or something like that. It's basically a gimmick. It's not a functionality. So yeah, this is actually funny, honestly. When your school down is what is going on, man. This is weird. The fact the fact that this AI is telling itself perfect and stuff like that is weird. Okay, this is the monochrome. It's monochrome, black and white. Is this thing basically changing this shit? I don't know, man. I'm just giving time to complete this shit. This is weird. This is a weird type shit. I'm basically going to fast forward this thing when I'm editing the video because nobody wants to look through this whole stuff. Nobody wants to look through this whole shit.